Hello guys, I am Timothy from Compix Media, and I'm going to be going over Compix Dash, specifically how to set up pages within your playlist and play them out. For those that aren't familiar with Compix Dash, you would use it to take pre-existing pages and easily assign it to external data, whether it be XML or so forth. And from there you would effectively play them out through the page list that's below. Now within Dash you have your preview and program window, you have your playlist, and to the right you have a small window housing all of your connected data, additional stamp, and a run setting right here. Now before opening up your pages, the first thing you're going to want to do is connect your data. To do that, you would go to View, then Data List, and I'm going to click on Insert. And now within this window you would select the data of your choosing. You have text, XL, XML, JSON, or ODBC. And I'm not going to go too thoroughly within data in this tutorial, but if I click on XML, you could give it a description here, and I could click on OK. And if I open this up, then you could either load this data one time, or you could cycle watch it. So if I select watch cycle, it says 1 here, so every second it'll look for new information. Let me go ahead and X out of this. In addition to all of those, you could also connect your scoreboard as well, and that is through Option, then Serial Port. So if you connect your scoreboard to Compix Dash via a serial connection, then you're able to define which each of the fields are within the protocol and connect it from there. Now let's go ahead and insert some pages. So I'm going to click on the plus button here, and notice that some pages have already populated. This is the choose your graphic window, and through Compix Dash, it basically opens up any page generated within GenCG. So that is the main CG editor you would be using to populate your pages. There's a couple ways you could do it. When you create your pages, you could create individual aliases for anything that you want to connect. So if you have your call tag, you're not going to want to connect that to anything because that's static, but a score you might. So you might add aliases to that. You could add aliases to any text, image, or animation file. You don't really need to though, but basically after saving your page list within GenCG, you could open up the page list with all of its pages within this window. And notice that we have General Demo opened. This is a GenCG file. So I could click on the plus button, and within Compix Dash, then Demo File, and if I select 1080, because I'm running 1080 now, this houses a bunch of pre-created files. Now this comes with all of our systems. The general demo is already open, but we also have examples for baseball, basketball, football, hockey, and soccer. So if I were to open up baseball, then it'll open up all the pages that are within your baseball. Now, with saying that, when you actually drop these pages within your playlist, you could drop all of your home team pages, all of your visitor player pages, all of your scoreboard and additional information. You could drop all of those pages within just one long playlist. You could do it that way. I wouldn't really recommend it. What I would recommend doing is dividing it in between different playlists. So let's say you have all of your visitor players. You could drag them to select them, click on this selection box, and OK. And let's say that all of these are your visitor players. So what I could do is I could go to File, Save As, and I could save this Dash file as Players B. And if I go to File, New, then let me insert all of my home players, and let's go ahead and click on General Demo and just say they're in here. So I could select a group of pages or players, and open them up here. File, Save As, Players H for home. And let me create one more, and this will be for my scoreboard or just any type of scoring information. So I could select all the pages here, go to File, Save As. I could save this as scoreboard. Okay, so now with 3 playlists created, I could easily cycle through them by clicking my mouse, or I could press Control Tab, and this will cycle through them as well. Now, if I wanted to call these pages up on air, then I would double click on a page to bring it to preview. And notice that when I did that, you have this little TV icon here next to, player's visitor. And this indicates that this page is ready to be played on air. So now that I have page 1 up on preview, I could press 12 if I wanted to enter player 12. Enter, then page 12 loads. Notice that when I typed in 12 on my keypad, it automatically typed in and showed up in this field next to preview. And if I wanted to take it to air, I would press enter again, and then player 12 would be on air. So if I wanted to call up player 29 next, that would be 29, enter. This is player 29. Let me take off 12 and enter 29. So now let's say you wanted to play a home player, which is player 10. So I could press Control Tab, and I could double click on any page, and I could type in 10, enter. This loads up page 10 of the playlist that's in the foreground, and pressing play again will transition off and transition on my new graphic. So you could definitely play pages like this. If you wanted them all listed out in one playlist, you could also do that as well. If you wanted to maximize the visibility or minimize it, you could do that within here. And you could also right click any playlist and go to list view. And what this does is this provides a list view of the page number, which you could associate a player number within GenCG. This gives you a small thumbnail, a title. This just reads all the text that's on the page, but what I could do, if nothing's playing out, is I could left click on it and I could insert my own title. So John Davis, if you want. It gives you your in and out transition effect. This is applied within GenCG, but you could actually override these transitions within your Run tab override effect option right here. You have an in override effect and an out, and by default it's set to none, which just means that it's just going to play whatever you assign within GenCG. You also have a setting for your description as well, which could be anything. So after setting up all of your pages, then let's say if you just wanted to give it its own transition through Dash, you could click on this banner guy here or another transition effect. And the default duration rate is 15 frames, which is 0.5. And to play your pages, you would just double click and then just start playing them. And notice that the override effect overrides this dissolve that I have set here. And I hope I've answered a few questions that you've had. If you would like, you could contact us via sales@compix.tv, or if it's more of a support question, then support@compix.tv.